Deep in the shadows of history, there's a scary story about an old mirror. This isn't just any mirror, it's an artifact shrouded in mystery and fear. Its fancy frame hides a dark secret. The intricate designs and delicate craftsmanship are a stark contrast to the malevolent energy it holds within. Made a really long time ago, during a time of sickness and trouble, people say this mirror brings bad luck. It was forged in an era when superstition and fear ruled the day. They say it's a door to another world, a portal that connects our realm to a place of shadows and despair. The story goes that the mirror was made with silver that had tears from a sad widow mixed in. Her sorrow and grief were so profound that they seeped into the very metal. Her sadness filled the mirror with an evil energy that has hurt everyone who's owned it. This malevolent force has caused untold suffering and misfortune. As the mirror was passed down through families, it left a trail of sadness, craziness, and early deaths. Each generation faced its own tragedies, all linked back to this cursed object. Nobody knows for sure where the mirror came from. Its origins are as murky as the dark reflections it casts. Some people whisper that it used to belong to an evil wizard who used it to talk to demons. This theory adds another layer of dread to its already terrifying reputation. Others say it was a gift from a jealous lover, its beauty hiding a deadly curse. The mirror's allure is said to be as dangerous as it is captivating. No matter how it really began, one thing is true. This old mirror is dangerous, and being near it only brings bad things. Its sinister history continues to haunt those who dare to come close. The first person we know who owned this cursed mirror was a rich merchant named Alessandro Visconti. He was a man of great wealth and influence, known throughout the land for his opulence and grandeur. He was known for loving himself and wanting more and more things. His desire for material possessions was insatiable, and he took great pride in his collection of luxurious items. The story goes that Visconti got the mirror from a strange traveller, and he loved how beautiful it was. The mirror was unlike anything he had ever seen, with an ornate frame and an almost magical quality to its reflection. He put it in his big fancy house to show off how rich and important he was. The mirror became the centerpiece of his grand mansion, a symbol of his wealth and status. But Visconti didn't know that his favorite thing was going to destroy him. The mirror, with its enchanting allure, held a dark secret that would soon unravel his life. As the days passed, Visconti became obsessed with looking at himself in the mirror. He would spend hours admiring his reflection, captivated by the image staring back at him. He loved how he looked and spent hours staring at his reflection. His vanity grew with each passing day, and he became more and more entranced by his own image. He couldn't stop thinking about how he looked. The mirror had a hold on him, and he found himself drawn to it constantly, unable to break free from its spell. But every day, Visconti started to look different. His reflection began to change, subtly at first, but then more dramatically as time went on. His once handsome face became thin and pale, and his eyes lost their sparkle. The vibrant, confident man he once was began to fade away, replaced by a gaunt and lifeless figure. It seemed like the mirror was sucking the life out of him, feeding on his vanity. The more he gazed into it, the more it drained his essence, leaving him a hollow shell of his former self. Visconti went crazy and hid from everyone. He wouldn't talk to anyone. His successful business fell apart, and he lost all his money. The servants working in his house whispered about strange and scary things happening. They said they heard voices and creepy laughter in the hallways. They said they saw shadowy figures in the mirror, their eyes glowing with evil. One scary night, during a big storm, Alessandro Visconti was found dead in his room. His lifeless eyes stared into the mirror. His face, once full of life, was now frozen in a horrifying expression of fear. Nobody knew how he died, but rumors spread throughout the city. Some whispered that the mirror drove Visconti crazy and stole his soul. Others believed that someone who hated him murdered him, using the mirror to get revenge. Over many years, the cursed mirror was passed from person to person, and each owner suffered a terrible fate. There are stories of a new bride who lost her beauty in just one night, driven crazy by the mirror's stare. And there are stories of a famous artist who lost his creativity. After he got the mirror, he He could only draw scary and disturbing pictures. The old records are incomplete, but they all suggest that the mirror brings nothing but bad luck and sadness. Some believe the mirror is the reason why many people disappeared in the 1800s. They vanished without a trace, their lives forever connected to the cursed object. In the early 1900s, a famous museum curator named Edward Davenport found the cursed mirror. He was a man of science and logic, so he didn't believe the stories about the mirror's curse. He thought it was a beautiful and valuable object that deserved to be displayed for everyone to see. He put it in his museum, not knowing the terrible things it would cause. At first, everything seemed normal, but as time went on, bad things started happening at the museum. Important artifacts were broken or stolen. Visitors said they felt scared and sick, and the people who worked there had bad dreams and saw things that weren't real. But Davenport didn't believe it, saying these events were just coincidences or mistakes. Then, one terrible evening, while Davenport was working late at the museum, a fire started. The building was quickly engulfed in flames. Firefighters tried to stop the fire, but the museum was destroyed along with almost everything inside. Davenport died in the fire and his body was never found. Some whisper that he was last seen staring into the cursed mirror, his eyes filled with terror as the flames swallowed him. After the fire, the cursed mirror disappeared. Some believe it was destroyed in the fire, its evil finally gone. Others say it survived, taken by unknown forces to reappear somewhere else, waiting for its next victim. To this day, nobody knows where the cursed mirror is. Its story is a scary reminder of the dark things that might be hidden in our world. The story of the cursed antique mirror reminds us that there are things in this world we don't understand. This mirror, with its intricate frame and mysterious aura, has been the subject of countless tales and legends passed down through generations. Whether it's just a superstition or a truly evil object, the mirror's story is full of sadness, craziness, and death. People who have owned it have reported strange occurrences, from eerie reflections to inexplicable tragedies. It makes us question what's real and wonder if some objects have powers we can't understand. The mirror's presence seems to blur the line between reality and the supernatural, leaving us to ponder the true nature of its existence. As we look back in time, we can't help but ask, what happened to the cursed mirror? Did it continue to wreak havoc on unsuspecting owners, or did it finally meet its end? Does it still exist, hidden away in some old attic or creepy antique shop, waiting to trap its next victim? Or perhaps it lies forgotten, its dark history buried under layers of dust and time. Or was its evil finally destroyed in the fire that killed its last owner? The flames that consumed the house may have also consumed the mirror's dark power, leaving nothing but ashes and memories. The answer, like the reflection in a broken mirror, is lost forever, a scary reminder of the power of fear and the mysteries that hide in the shadows of our world. The mirror's legacy continues to haunt us, a chilling testament to the unknown forces that may lurk just beyond our understanding.